Welcome to another Splatoon 2 video on the channel. This will be another episode in my Your Theories series where I go through your theories on what you think will happen in the Octo expansion. In this video I will be going through more of your final boss theories, just because the original video that I did upload, it got something like 60,000 views and over 300 comments. And what I have done is mixed in some of your recent comments as well, but I'm not sure whether this video might be a little bit old in terms of your theories, just because I did recently upload a video where I came up with a theory regarding who the final boss is. At this time of recording I haven't uploaded it yet, but obviously when this video does go live, you guys have watched that video and you probably have come up with some more theories related to the final boss. So what I will do, I've got another episode in terms of discussing the final boss, and then what I will do is do a mix and match episode where I take some of your theories from some of my recent Your Theories episodes, and what I will do is look at that video where I do discuss Octo expansion Easter eggs from the Callie and Marie dialogue we got recently. And what I will do is do a Your Theories episode where I pretty much mix and match theories. But that's the plan moving forward. But let's just get on with this video because this intro's gone on for long enough. So pretty much in the last final boss Your Theories episode, if you have missed out on that episode, then what I will do is leave a link to the series playlist which has every single Octo expansion video that I have uploaded since the Octo expansion got announced. So I'll leave a link to that playlist in the description and in the top right as well. It will definitely be in the top right, and hopefully I will remember to put it in the description. But in the last final boss Your Theories episode, I sort of glanced over DJ Octavio. I do believe I mentioned Jackie Chandler's theory, and that was calling it now the final boss will be DJ Octavio. I do believe I did read out that comment in the last final boss episode, but I sort of glanced over DJ Octavio and moved over to Agent 3. So what we'll be doing is spending a little time talking about DJ Octavio and going through your theories, just because I still feel like DJ Octavio is the realistic option, but who knows? Like what I mentioned in that Octo expansion Callie and Marie Easter egg video, maybe that proves that the Octo expansion is set after the events of the single player. So if that is the case, then of course DJ Octavio would have been captured by that point. So maybe the Octo expansion plot will be to create stronger Octolings to break DJ Octavio free, but who knows, maybe. I'm just going into more of my theories now. This is not the point of this episode. Let's get on with your theories, and the first theory comes in from Sonic Spin Dash 276. It would be cool if the final boss starts as a boss rush of bosses from Splatoon 1 and 2. Then it ends in a harder version of the Splatoon 1 final boss with Calamari Incantation from the first game, and of course it has the platforming, and then the platforms break away, and the last phase you get the Rainmaker from the first game, and you fight in an abandoned Inkopolis Plaza from the first game as sanitized Octarians try to stop you from destroying DJ Octavio once again. That is a definitely interesting theory, but I kind of feel like if DJ Octavio is the final boss, I kind of feel like people will be reacting like, oh, this is just the same sort of thing over and over again. I want something different. Now that theory does offer something different, but maybe it would be too similar to the single players in Splatoon 1 and Splatoon 2. I kind of feel like the community would be disappointed if DJ Octavio did return as the final boss in Octo expansion, and it was sort of similar to how it worked in Splatoon 1 single player and Splatoon 2 single player. I think a lot of the community, myself included, want something different, and maybe some of these theories could provide that in terms of if the final boss is DJ Octavio. But that theory from Sonic Spin Dash 276, it definitely does sound interesting. I know a lot of people do prefer the final boss battle from the first game compared to the second game. So if that sort of aspect returned with the Octo expansion, I'm sure that will please a lot of people. I would still be sort of happy to play that scenario, but like what I said, I kind of do want something different, and maybe these theories will provide something different if DJ Octavio is the final boss with the Octo expansion. Mochichi's theory is, although the most realistic thing I can see Nintendo do is a recolor of DJ Octavio, so instead of DJ Octavio being the boss, it's another DJ Octavio that matches the colour of these new Octarians and of course the Octolings that we did see in the Octo expansion trailer. Now I'm not sure how to pronounce your name, so I must apologise if I do pronounce your name wrong, but Jubilee says, I know people don't want DJ Octavio to be the final boss, but I think the humanoid version of Octavio would be pretty neat. I've seen other theories that maybe in Octo expansion you will see Octavio outside of his machine. I can't remember the exact name of the machine that it does fly around in, so I must apologise about that. But I think that would offer something different. I think that would be enough for me to be pleased with the Octo expansion final boss. But having said that, I would prefer something new. But if it is DJ Octavio, I think a recolor or a humanoid version of Octavio outside of his flying machine, I think that would be still pretty cool to see. But I definitely would prefer something fresh for the Octo expansion. Maybe the final boss could be related to DJ Octavio in some way. That is what the next two theories are talking about. And those two theories come in from Sophia Rose Ruiz, who says that maybe the final boss could be DJ Octavio's son or daughter. They then go on to say that maybe the final boss could be Agent 5, 6 and 7, and they are all different bosses. I will be talking more about that in a few minutes time. Game of Leon says, what about DJ Octavio's daughter? Maybe she is a special elite Octoling who brainwashes Marie. So maybe the final boss could be related to DJ Octavio, and like what I said at the start, maybe it is them who is trying to break DJ Octavio free from Octo Canyon. So maybe that is what will be happening with the Octo expansion. Let me know your thoughts about that in the comment section below. Now the next few theories are proposing that maybe the final boss for the Octo expansion could be Agent 7. I would definitely find that really cool. Ray Kurtovich says, I think Agent 7 is somehow going to be the final boss. Why wouldn't they release their info yet? And in relation to that theory from Ray Kurtovich, Solid Gamer says, I can just see that Agent 7 is a mystery for the whole campaign, but then they appear as the final boss. That would be really cool if Agent 7 is kept as a mystery right up until you get to the final boss, and then their identity is revealed. Seriously, that sounds really cool to me. I would definitely love that to happen. But Slanova's theory is really interesting. So maybe Agent 7 is the Octoling gender you don't pick, and then they capture him or her again and fully complete the sanitization process, and he or she becomes the final boss. That is, of course, if the theory of Captain Cuttlefish rescuing Agent A is true. Levi C's theory is that maybe the other Octoling gender that you don't choose for Agent A will turn evil in the facility, and also maybe they could be Agent 7 before they turned evil, or someone turned them evil. Orgot says, you know how they show both the male and female Octoling in that fluid in the trailer? What if the Octoling you didn't choose is actually a character in the Octo expansion? And Orgot has some theories on how Nintendo could use the other character that you don't choose for Agent A for the Octo expansion. August's first theory is that maybe the other character could act like your sibling, someone who tried to escape with you or is trying to help you to escape. They could go missing and you could spend missions looking for who took them, or what happened to them. August's second theory is that they were with you but adapted there can only be one survivor type mentality and is your rival instead. This character could be the final boss, and the final boss will be timed missions and you have to be quicker than the other character to escape. So the other character will face the same timed missions as you, but you have to be quicker than the other character to escape to Incopolis. Or maybe the other character was forced through all of the tests and became a fully fledged weapon and has to be fought as the final boss to escape. I really do like those last theories. I think it would be really cool if the other gender that you don't pick would actually turn into a character within the Octo expansion and turned into the final boss. That would be really cool if that did happen. I think that is my favourite final boss theory so far. Let's move on to some of your other theories for who you think the final boss could be, or for what could happen in the final boss battle. So Cole McCarthy is picking up on a theory that I did mention earlier, and that is maybe Captain Cuttlefish, Agent 3, Pearl and Marina will be the final boss to act as one final test to see if Agent A is ready to take on the outside world. I think that would be really cool if the characters that we know as to be, friendly characters, to be hero characters, I think it would be really cool if they turned into the final boss. Well, they don't turn into the final boss, but you have to fight them. I think it would be really cool if you have to fight like Pearl, Marina and Captain Cuttlefish and maybe Agent 3 as well. That would be really cool if that did happen. Hism Ayad, apologies if I have pronounced your name wrong, I really must apologise about that. But they say, I hope for the final boss Pearl and Marina sing a song with the Squid Sisters. And in relation to that theory, Sharkbite792 says, or maybe a brainwashed Callie and Marie that rap battles Pearl and Marina. That would be cool. I definitely agree with that. I think it would be cool if we got to see the Squid Sisters and Off the Hook duet within the game itself. Currently at this moment in time, we've only seen them perform together in real life concerts. I think it would be cool if we got to see them perform together in the actual game itself. I'll definitely be a fan of that. Tybe Vanti Games, apologies if I have pronounced your name wrong, but they have said maybe the final boss is a turf war where you fight with 3 more Octolings against 4 other Octolings that can all respawn. If you lose the match, you get a game over. If you win the match, you beat the final boss or challenge. That is definitely a cool theory, but I'd rather that be a level within the Octo expansion and not the final boss. I'd rather the final boss be where you come up against another character. I'd rather that to happen, but I would still want that theory to take place within the Octo expansion. I think that would be a perfect level within the Octo expansion. But yeah, I'd rather the final boss to be an actual character that you come up against. Chimeko the Blue Enderman's theory is, I think that because the Octolings, the ones with the glasses or goggles, are attacking Agent A, they will be high-tech robot suits or something like that as the final boss. Like the Octarians were riding in those stamp things, I think they can create boss suits and stuff like that as well. I think this is a plausible theory just because we have learned through Sunken Scrolls and through concept art that Octarians are really good with technology. So maybe they have created suits like high-tech robot suits, and that will be the final boss. I think that could be a plausible theory. And the last theory comes in from Sharkbite792, and their theory is maybe you might have to fight a reflection of yourself, or maybe pretty much in the sanitization process, maybe Captain Cuttlefish did stop the process to stop Agent 8 from turning evil, but because the process didn't fully complete, maybe there could be a second Agent 8 version knocking about, and this Agent 8 is a sanitized version of Agent 8, So maybe this could be the final boss. So that is it for this video. Let me know your thoughts on the final boss theories that I did read out in this video. There will be another final boss your theories episode coming soon. But that is it for this video. Just like to thank you all for the support on the channel. I really do appreciate it. But that is it for this video, and I will see you next time.